that is why, also, starting with our administration, we gave TPS, temporary protected status, to Haitian migrants, 55,000. And then more recently, we extended temporary protected status to over 100,000 Haitian migrants for that very reason, that they need support, they need protection.
That is our border czar, Kamala Harris, who obviously is running to be president of the United States, admitting that they gave temporary status to these Haitian migrants. Well, now those Haitian migrants are wreaking havoc and causing chaos in this small town of Springfield, Ohio. Now, this town is about 60,000 people. I'm going to play some just astonishing clips of what's going on there. Well, one of the things that's happening is people are coming home from work, or they're coming home after picking up their kids from school, and they're finding out that their pets that they allow to roam outside, like cats and dogs, are being eaten. Literally eaten by these Haitian migrants. Here is footage, again, from Springfield, Ohio, of a cat, a pet cat, that was being eaten by one of these migrants. And personally, for longtime viewers of the channel, you know I have not only a dog, but a cat. And so, for me, this really hits home. Take a look at this.
What did you do? Why'd you kill the cat? Smile for me. Smile, what did you? Go like this. Did you eat that cat? Did you eat it? No, why'd you kill it? Did you guys see all this?
No, we pulled up and she was just laying there with it.
Did you see her eating it?
Eating it.
She was eating it?
Yeah, she was.
You call the Humane Society, see if they'll come pick this cat up. It's deceased.
Okay, and it's not just pets. This is happening to the wildlife that's happening there. It's even happening to roadkill. Essentially, whenever some of the Haitian migrants find roadkill, they are getting the dead bodies and eating those. There is apparently, I think, a pond, and they are going to the pond and getting ducks. This is a photo of a man. They are the man photographed is accused of beheading the duck and then eating it, basically roasting it over an open fire. These the civilians of this town, Springfield, Ohio, are basically accusing migrants of not only doing all of these things, but also accusing them of squatting on their land, on their property, of starting bonfires to stay warm. And this has even been covered in the New York Times. According to the New York Times, just 6 days ago, how an Ohio town landed in the middle of the immigration debate. Jobs attracted thousands of Haitians to Springfield, and employers were ecstatic. But then, an immigrant driver was involved in a fatal school bus crash, and J.D. Vance entered the fray. So we're going to cover that. Of course, the spin there makes it seem as though, J.D. Vance is causing all this trouble. Yes, J.D. Vance is Donald Trump's running mate, but don't forget that he is currently a sitting senator from Ohio, so it makes sense that he would get involved. Now, what they're talking about there, as far as the school bus crash, is that one of these Haitian migrants drove a minivan head on with a school bus, killing one of the students and then injuring 22 other students. So awful. And that's, so all this other stuff about pets being eaten, pets being killed, roadkill being eaten, ducks being eaten, people squatting on land, that was just all simmering under the surface. And then it was the school bus crash that really set people over the top. Well, Springfield had this public hearing, and citizens from the town were showing up and airing their grievances. And again, these Haitian migrants, as I showed you earlier in the video, Kamala Harris is on video, on record, saying that she, as the border czar, she, as part of the Biden-Harris administration, is responsible for granting these Haitian migrants temporary protected status. So here is one of the people speaking out at the town council.
I think it's kind of odd that a guy like me has to come out from doing what I do on a daily basis to have fun, because I see what's going on in these streets, and I see you guys just sitting up there in them comfy chairs and suits, and I'm getting out here every day and I'm broadcasting this, and you guys are just sitting up there in suits or something. I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They're running into... they flipping cars in the middle of the street. And I don't know how, y'all can be comfortable with this. I don't know, who's getting paid from it. I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background. You got a bunch of people on a bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here. I know a single mom that FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something. And it's nothing but immigrants over there. And I don't even want to seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants, because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like, y'all get the Highway State Patrol down here every week, and then y'all get like a task force for the Highway State Patrol, and they look for guns and they look for dope and this and that and the fourth. That same people that y'all got riding up and down Limestone doing U-turns, pulling people over for blinkers and pulling people over for going left to center and a couple miles over. Y'all can take them same people, the Highway State Patrol, and you can take them in every single one of their silver Chargers and Dodge Durangos, and y'all can take them to Sunset, and y'all can park them right over there, and y'all can teach people how to drive, since the Highway State Patrol knows so much about traffic laws and know what to do in traffic. They need to, y'all pay them. They can go over there and teach these Haitians how to drive, because it's
Yeah, so it wasn't even just the school bus crash. I keep saying bush. School bus crash. It wasn't just that. Apparently, there are accidents happening, it sounds like, on a near daily basis from people who don't want to drive. There were photos circulating online of these, the light poles, the street lights, just being totally knocked over because cars have been running into them. The hospitals are apparently overrun with people. So going back to the New York Times article that I referenced earlier. So here's part of it. It's been more than a year since the fateful morning last August when, outside Springfield in the southwestern Ohio, a minivan veered into oncoming traffic and rammed into a school bus on the first day of class. So that's part of the reason why this is, resonating now, because, it's September. It's the start of the school year for students, killing an 11-year-old boy and injuring 23 other children. On top of that, let's take a look at this bottom paragraph. Haitians were new to the region. During the last census in 2020, a little more than 58,000 people lived in Springfield. So let's just round that up to 60,000. A town at the crossroads of America that had fallen on hard times and shed population as opportunity slipped away. So this sounds like, the normal place where, Trump gets his support, right? The forgotten man and woman, forgotten flyover country in America. But it has changed dramatically in recent years as a boom in manufacturing and warehouse jobs attracted a swelling wave of immigrants, mainly from Haiti. City officials estimate that as many as 20,000 Haitians have arrived, most of them since the pandemic. So keep in mind, this is a town of, again, rounding up to 60,000 people. So they're now flooded by 20,000 Haitians, a lot of them granted, status by Kamala Harris. So a third of the population of a town of 60,000, 20,000 Haitians. So they increased their population by a third overnight. So now, 1 out of every 4 people you see going down the streets is one of these Haitians. And here's the thing. I 100% believe that we need immigration reform. I 100% support, asylum seekers and refugees, but it has to be done the right way, and it has to be done a responsible way. We can't just, open our doors and just let the floodgates, just let everyone in. There has to be vetting. We already have laws on the books that we need to follow. But think about how cruel that is to both parties. The citizens of Springfield, it's cruel to them, and then it's also cruel to these Haitians. How are you going to let people in? They don't have a place to stay. They can't put food on their table. In many cases, they don't speak English. They don't have translators. And these people are literally living on the lawns, on the property. They are squatting on, the lawns of home-abiding, law-abiding homeowners in Springfield. I mean, that's just awful for both parties. Here's another person who took the stand at the council meeting.
Miss Skinner, who I'm not trying to put on the spot, is my neighbor.
Just talk to me, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And I'm done with what I'm seeing. It is so unsafe in my neighborhood anymore. I have the homeless that were trying to camp out, and I have made concessions with them, and I try to help them the best I can to keep them from trying to squat on my property. But it is so unsafe. I have men that cannot speak English in my front yard screaming at me, throwing mattresses in my front yard, throwing trash in my front yard. And I can't. Look at me, I weigh 95 pounds. I couldn't defend myself if I had to. My husband is elderly, and last night, after living in this home for 45 years, he said, Noelle, guess what? It's time to pack up and move. He said, we can't do this anymore. He said, it's killing both of us mentally. I don't understand what you expect of us as citizens. I mean, I understand they're here under temporary protected status, and you're protecting them, and I understand that our city services are overwhelmed and understaffed. But who's protecting us? If we're protecting them, who's protecting me? I want out of this town. I am sorry. Please give me a reason to stay. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is the keyword, temporary protected status, which goes back to that opening clip of Kamala Harris being on video admitting that, she's responsible for this. And, she let, I think just off the top of my mind, it was like 100,000 that Kamala Harris was talking about. Somehow most of them ended up in Springfield. I mean, we have a huge country, 50 states, 48 if you just consider the mainland. And Springfield, Ohio is not an easy trek from, Haiti. So that raises the question, was the federal government involved in busing them to Springfield? There's a lot here that just needs to be accounted for. Last but not least, J.D. Vance, reminder, he's a sitting senator from Ohio, and he is now raising this issue. I mean, he has been, but this clip is from earlier today.
Chairman Brown, I'd like to ask unanimous consent to submit a letter for the record from the city of Springfield and our state, the southwestern part of our state, which I think highlights a very real example of this particular concern, straight from the horse's mouth itself. Now, this letter, I want to quote from it. Springfield has seen a surge in population through immigration that has significantly impacted our ability as a community to produce enough housing opportunities for all. Springfield's Haitian population has increased 15 to 20,000 over the last 4 years in a community of under 60,000 previous residents, putting a significant strain on our resources and ability to provide ample housing for all of our residents. And end quote there. And Mike.
Without objection.
Thank you. In my conversations with folks in Springfield, it's not just housing. They're trying to build 5,000 new housing units, which is a very Herculean task in a town of about 55,000 people. But it's also hospital services, it's school services, there are a whole host of ways in which this immigration problem, I think, is having very real human consequences.
And again, it's not just the human consequences for the citizens, the homeowners, the people who live in Springfield. It's human consequences for these migrants. I mean, just literally living on the streets, and it's cold in the winter in Ohio. They obviously can't purchase food if they're eating people's pets, going to the pond, catching the ducks. I mean, it's a humanitarian crisis that has been created by Kamala Harris's and Joe Biden's policies, and now she wants to be president of the United States. As always, this is my commentary, my analysis, and I would love to know yours in the comments below. What are your thoughts on any of this? It's such a big topic that I don't really have a question. I know you guys must have opinions, and I always love reading everyone's comments. So from pets being eaten to the school bus tragedy, what are your thoughts? What are your concerns? And what do you want to see done about this? If you haven't already, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. I know it's a simple thing to ask, but it really does help me in the algorithm to reach more viewers like you. Be sure to smash that subscribe button and to check out one of these videos.